What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I was gonna do a Monster Mash intro, but I feel like that would be more appropriate if it was like October. But yeah, either way, we are going to get very monstrous in this. Wait, nope, it's too early. It's too early for YouTube for me to say any curse words. I almost went there without thinking about the first 2 minutes. I saved myself. But yeah, we are going to be talking about in this second episode of Channel Chaser Season 4. Welcome to the brand new season, y'all. This is our second episode. This is our first real episode because the first episode of the season is always the year-end wrap-up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that by the time you're listening to this. Yeah, we are going to be talking about the first piece of media from the James Gunn verse, officially, Creatures Commandos Season 1. Really excited to talk about it. I've got a lot to say about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty chill, easy breezy episode of Channel Chasers because, Creature Commandos is interesting, but it's not too deep, so we won't be over analyzing stuff. So it's gonna be just get ready to vibe with us. Get your drink, get your snacks, get comfy, and of course we got to start the episode off right by jumping right into the news with Brian. Take it away, Brian.
Well, first of all, I hate to do it, but
oh no.
In memoriam. Again, we like to cover sometimes when unsung people pass away and voice actors that you wouldn't know their name just by name. But we just recently lost a voice actor named Dale Wilson.
That name does not sound familiar.
He has done a lot of supporting voice acting. Most notably, he is known for Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
He was Android 8, one of the commies.
Oh, he was Android
most notably,
8? Wait, which dub? Funimation dub or the Ocean dub?
I think Ocean.
Oh, so he was part of the Canadian team. Cool.
And most notably, his biggest role on Dragon Ball, Cell.
Oh.
Really? Classic Cell.
Wait. Ocean didn't get to Cell, so this probably was Funimation. He was Cell? Oh, dude, Cell's iconic. Wait, which form? Oh, yeah. Which form Cell? First form Cell? Perfect Cell? Second form Cell?
It just says Cell.
Okay, so I'm just gonna assume that he did all three of them. If it just says Cell. Alright, cool.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, but he also did a lot of other.
Yeah, Cell is honestly probably my favorite DBZ villain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's the most iconic DBZ villain, at least to me.
Well, yeah, because to everybody that grew up watching Dragon Ball in the 90s, Gohan versus Cell, I think is peak DBZ. That's easy. Sure, there's a lot of cool moments in the Buu saga and stuff, but Gohan versus Cell, peak DBZ. When they got Jonathan Young to do that cover of Day of Fate for Team 4 Stars version, oh man, that was great.
Crazy.
Yeah, this guy, he also did, he was in the Stargate animated show.
I didn't know they had a Stargate animated show. Oh.
Yep, Stargate Infinity. He was also in other lesser known stuff like that Evolution show, the animated show. If y'all remember that David Duchovny.
Nope. The only Evolution animated show I can think of is X-Men Evolution.
Honestly, same, dude.
But also he was in Reboot. He was the dad Matrix.
Oh, he was Matrix.
Wild.
Yep.
Reboot was
he
cool.
was also in NASCAR Racers and the RoboCop animated.
I have seen the RoboCop cartoon.
Yep. And also Mummies Alive.
Oh, Mummies Alive was the shit. I did love Mummies Alive actually.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff that's oh, that's him.
Oh man. Well, rest in peace to that gentleman. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, indeed. But on to actual news, which this week is very slow and it's recently so because this is the same week that the LA fires started.
Yep, and
Hollywood's kind of burning.
And condolences to everybody out there who lost their homes, pets, property. It's crazy out there. Y'all stay safe.
Yeah, and celebrities are losing their houses too. Which apparently one of the newest stories that came out was Mandy Moore lost her house.
Oh no.
Even though she's still recovering from having a kid.
Oh man.
But a fellow child star around that time, has housed her, Hilary Duff.
Nice.
Aw, that's
Nice.
so sweet.
I
Yeah.
think Mandy Moore predates Hilary Duff just a little bit,
Yeah.
but like not by too much.
But similar circles.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mhm.
I love Hilary Duff. Not just because she turned out fine as fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I miss How I Met Your Father. I'm not gonna let that one go. Look, we made a
No.
5-hour episode on that shit. That's how much we liked it.
Yes. And only
Wow.
part of that was trauma dumping.
Yeah, like only 3 of those 5 hours were trauma.
And
But,
only 2 of us exposed trauma.
Yeah. Listen,
But,
if you're an OG viewer, you might have lived through the trauma that was that episode. And shout out to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, because of the fires and everything, the only news that we have is a very little small bit of news, but it's a little bit of hopeful news, is unfortunately, along with it being the fires going on, it is also award season.
Yeah, that's the sucky part, right? Golden Globes, Grammys.
And one of the surprise hits from last year was Penguin.
Yep.
And so because of all of its success critically and everything, Matt Reeves did come out in an interview and say that he is having conversations with the showrunner and Colin to possibly do a season 2 when Batman Part 2 is done.
I would be so down if they have an actual story. Don't do it just to do it, y'all.
That's what he said. That's why this is a smaller news story, because it's not official that they're doing it. He just said that they're trying to see if they can come up with a story.
But it's still something that I called because of the success of the show.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't doubt that it would happen. I just said we'd have to wait we would just have to wait. Also, I'm so glad Sophia's not dead, because
Mr. Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
I want more of Ted's wife.
Mm-hmm.
She, such a good performance in that show, man.
3
So good.
cigarettes. I will never get over that.
Oh, yeah.
3 cigarettes. I just randomly texted that into the group chat. I'm like, you'll understand soon, but just know, 3 cigarettes. I don't understand.
Jesus.
Man, if you haven't watched our Penguin episode, please go watch our Penguin episode or listen to it.
Or
Yeah.
watch Penguin for yourself, because it's awesome.
But yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah.
either way, go consume Penguin related media. It's great.
It is.
Sorry, Danny DeVito, you've been out penguined.
Well, even he said that he really likes Colin's Penguin.
Yep.
Because honestly, Oz Cobb is just that guy.
He really is. He really is. I wonder what color his next car is going to be. You think it's also going to be plum, or you think he's going to upgrade from plum?
No, he's gonna stick with Plum. Betting money on it.
Yeah, because didn't he also have a second, at the end, didn't he have a new plum car?
I don't remember if he had a new plum car at the end. That's why I brought it up. Oh, okay. If so.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's it for news.
Nice. All right. So, moving on from the news, we're going to jump into Screen Time. Screen Time is a segment of the podcast where the boys and I all talk about the different pieces of pop culture and media we have consumed in between podcast episodes. That can be anything from music, YouTube video rabbit holes, TV shows, movies, anime, books, comics, and more. I'll start us off. Quick teaser for Comic Chaser this week, or I guess technically this will come out probably after the Comic Chaser releases, but quick teaser for Comic Chaser. If you haven't watched that video yet, go watch that video. I picked up all of Steve Orlando's Scarlet Witch series. That is Scarlet Witch Volumes 1 and 2, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, which is labeled as Scarlet Witch number 3 on the volumes. And I picked up the 7 back issues of the current 4th volume of Scarlet Witch. I've not read all of the back issues yet. I still have 2 issues to read, but I'm mostly caught up. And I love it. I think it's really cool. One thing that I think is awesome that I've noticed more modern artists doing, I noticed it first with Rivals, but now I notice that it's also in the comics too. They're actually giving both Wanda and Pietro, not just Wanda, but Pietro, a tan. It's about damn time.
I mean, they are.
Yeah, they're Romani. They're not supposed to be white.
But they should at least have a pretty good.
Yeah, they should have a tan. And Pietro looks really good with a tan. He does. I like this series
But here
a lot.
Here lies the question, though. Wanda's kids.
Wanda's kids also have tans. They also have tans.
Oh, thank God.
They also have tans. Although, to be fair, they can get away with it because technically they are reincarnated children.
Fair. That's
So
a fair.
they weren't directly birthed from Wanda. They were more spiritually birthed from Wanda. Like
True.
Billy, Billy even in the series, even though he obviously considers Wanda his mother, he also calls Rebecca Kaplan his bio mom.
Yeah,
Because she did
but I find
physically
it funny.
give birth to him.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of like the one way to get that one loophole, because Billy and Tommy are so weird.
Yeah, they are weird because they're like, if you guys did not pay attention to the comics and like only know about them from WandaVision and Agatha all along. So they were birthed from pieces of Mephisto's soul that Wanda stole and conjured into spiritual android babies. Like, because technically they're kids she had with Vision. Also, like, I'm not gonna go too deep into this series here because I'm gonna do that in the video, but just small little things I like. It's very much like self-contained adventures for Wanda. Like, on one hand, like, you'd think, oh, there's no stakes because Wanda's super OP, and yes, that's true. Wanda is super OP, so like, you know things are gonna work out in the end. But I just like seeing how she does it and all the crazy shit she has to do it. So that's fun. And also, I just like all the family interactions she gets to do. Throughout the series, she teams up with Billy, Tommy, of course, Billy's husband Teddy, Emperor Teddy, Emperor Doric Vale. Let me put some respect on his name. Emperor Doric Vale. We also get to see Luna, Quicksilver's often forgotten daughter with Crystal.
Nice.
Everybody forgets Luna exists, but not Steve Orlando. It's cool to see Luna. I was like, oh, hey, you're a teenager now? Last time I saw you, you were like 5. They actually let you grow up? Oh, shit.
Oh my God. Like, I may not have like the best memory, but what does Luna do exactly?
She's an empath. She's an empath. So she can sense people's auras and like control people's emotions. Think Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy without all the extra cosmic Steve Englehart like special character stuff.
That makes okay.
She's an she's an empath, so she can control emotional energy. Not to the point she hasn't gone full Green Lantern with it yet, because she hasn't mastered her powers, but she can sense people's aura and intent. So
let me get this straight here, Jay. Her father, a mutant speedster.
Yep.
Her mother, an inhuman with the ability to manipulate the elements.
Yep, and she can manipulate emotion. Yep. Yeah. So that's Luna. Also, some other cool family interactions that I love. We get interactions, of course, with Vision. Because of course, Wanda's storied history with everybody's favorite Synthezoid, who Pietro refers to. He referred to her once as her vibrator.
Oh, God.
Damn, dude. That was your brother-in-law, bro.
That's cold-hearted, dog. Like, he has feelings. He was not just a robot she had sex with. Yes, she had sex with a robot. But still, they actually got married.
And that was your brother-in-law.
Yeah, why are you...
Come on.
Pietro's a dick throughout the whole series. I'm not gonna lie, he's a dickhead. I like Pietro, but, like, only because I have a soft spot for assholes. But, yeah, so there's some nice interactions with Vision. Although we haven't seen Vision and the kids team up with Wanda, I still want to see that, like a full family thing. I've seen Viv team up with Wanda, which is really cool. She calls her Aunt Wanda because, like, technically Wanda is like her mom, because her mom's the brain patterns of Virginia were based off of Wanda's brain patterns. So technically, Wanda is kind of her mom, but not really, but sort of, yes. It's weird. It's all weird. Comics, y'all.
Yeah.
Viv, what are her brain patterns based on again?
Her brain patterns are just wholly original. Like, it's apparently like a unique algorithmic combination.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Her and her brother Vincent, who's dead. Spoilers if you haven't read the Vision miniseries by Tom King, which you should. It's amazing. But yeah, they were wholly original. But yeah, so we get Wanda teaming up with Viv, which is really cool. I love seeing that. It's really fun. Darcy from the MCU is now a supporting character in there, and she's a blast. I love having her, and I love her sassing Pietro. Also, a character I did not expect to see, but I have really enjoyed that played a part in this series. I won't say like what happens to them for spoiler's sake. I'll go into spoilers in the video. But a character that we get to see Wanda interact with actually is Joseph. For those of you folks who have not read X-Men in the 90s, Joseph was Magneto's clone that they used to try to kill Magneto at one time. Yeah.
Wasn't his codename started with like an X or something?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Fucking Zorn?
No, he wasn't Zorn. No, yeah, Joseph was Zorn. Joseph was Zorn. Yes, you're right. Yeah. Magneto's clone Joseph, aka Zorn, from the 90s, and then Grant Morrison used him again in his run in the early 2000s. He's back. He was there. It was cool and really interesting because at the time, this was right after, during the events of Krakoa, the Hellfire Gala, which was the trial of Magneto, which put the entire House of M on trial for the events of House of M, and Magneto stood up for his family and gave up his life, and also Wanda was put to death as well, but they also voted to resurrect Wanda, so Wanda got resurrected. Magneto didn't, but Magneto fought his way back through hell. Read that miniseries. It's fucking awesome. In that miniseries, Storm actually travels with Magneto through the mutant afterlife, and we discover that one of Storm's ancestors on her mother's side is a former Sorceress Supreme. So Storm has strong magic in her bloodline, which she actually teams up with Wanda, and Wanda teaches her how to channel magic into her lightning, which is why now Storm's lightning is just as strong as Thor because she can use magic.
Oh,
dude, that's boss as fuck.
It's crazy.
That's cracked.
I've gotten so many ideas for the Marvel games just through this Scarlet Witch series alone. Not just for Wanda, but for X-Men and other stuff in general with magic. It's gonna be it's so cool, dude. And the art is amazing.
And also, Aurora is also worthy of wielding Mjolnir, so that makes sense.
Yep. Also, for anybody who plays Marvel Rivals, which is the other thing I was just going to briefly talk about before I go into a YouTube rabbit hole. Anybody who plays Marvel Rivals, the current Battle Pass skin for Wanda, which I'm grinding my ass off to eventually get, that is one of her outfits in the comics. It's what she wore to the Hellfire Gala. That is what Wanda currently looks like, essentially.
That is sick.
But like in a fancy party dress.
I'm still working towards that too.
Nice. Yeah, it's a hard grind. But yeah, real quick, touching on Marvel Rivals. I told you we were going to talk about it in the last episode because we recorded that episode before season 1 had dropped. Season 1 has officially dropped, and I love Sue Storm. I love them. I love both of them.
It's so much fun.
I have to play as Reed for some missions, so I'm probably gonna do some stuff on my own, figure out how to play this stretchy man. He's cool though.
Not that difficult in the grand scheme of things.
I'm sure not. He plays basically like a tank. It seems fun. Me and Tony also had fun playing Doom Match together, taking turns killing each other. I ulted on Tony a couple times, hit him with the pure chaos.
And I did activate Bounce Man on.
Yeah, I got. Like, I'm not trying to paint it to make myself seem better than Tony. Tony did get me. I got quite a few times, but
equal footing.
Yeah, no, we were on an even playing field, and anytime we saw each other, it was like we were trying to have a fair gentleman's duel, and this one Psylocke just kept interrupting us and killing us or killing one of us.
Yeah, it was like, okay, so one moment that I remember vividly is you were fighting that particular Psylocke, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna have a bit of fun. Took out the Psylocke and I took you out.
Yep, and then like there was another time in the same match where like I came across like I found Tony again. We looked at each other from across the internet. The Psylocke shows up. Tony gets killed by the Psylocke, and then I avenge Tony by killing the Psylocke.
Yep. It's a heck of a time. So Brian, get your tech up so we can actually play together.
Yep, and then Tony will be transferring over to PC Master Race soon enough as it is. So, I'm very excited. We'll hopefully maybe even be able to play comp together. and get angry at other people. Last but certainly not least, a little bit of a YouTube rabbit hole I went down. I discovered a channel called Always Nerdy. And the series I've been following from them is they have been doing retrospectives on Marvel video games.
Okay.
And they did so the first thing I found was their whole series on the Ultimate Alliance stuff. So Ultimate Alliance 1, 2, and 3. Then I watched their X-Men Legends 1 and 2. And then most recently, I saw their videos on the Punisher 2008 video game, which I completely forgot about. It's a movie tie-in to the Thomas Jane Punisher, and it actually has a lot of awesome connections to the actual greater Marvel universe. It's awesome. You team up with Black Widow in that game, with Nick Fury and Iron Man.
Crazy!
And remember, this game came out in 2008. Iron Man the movie has not even come out yet at this point. So Iron Man was still a D-lister in the eyes of the general pop. So I just find that so wild in hindsight that this random, surprisingly very good Punisher PS2 game that a lot of people slept on, has all these connections to the greater Marvel universe. He also did a great video on the canceled Daredevil video game, which I'm still upset was never made into a thing.
That is a shit.
Because they talk about the story and it's really cool. Go check it out if you haven't. Always Nerdy, good shit. If you somehow happen to be listening to this podcast, good work, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. I really didn't this made me really miss the Ultimate Alliance games. I hope they come out with 4 because I think 3 sold well. I like 3.
Nice.
It gave me something to play on the Switch. I beat the story mode on 3, I believe. I know I streamed a little bit of it, but I also beat it off stream, I think. I played it with Tony as well, because you could do online co-op in that game. I remember playing a little bit with Tony.
I remember playing Ultimate Alliance 3. Because, okay, here's my honest opinion on the Ultimate Alliance games. I'll be as rapid fire as I can. Mm-hmm. The first one, I like the original story that they did.
Yep.
It's very fun, gives a reason and a big bad for everyone to defeat different sectors of the Marvel universe. It was a grand opener to me back then when I first played it to the greater Marvel universe, and it kind of reinforced that love of comics just growing up for me. Alliance 2, before Captain America Civil War came out, was the best adaptation of Civil War I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Oh, Ultimate Alliance 2 is the best. I don't know. I still think even with Captain America Civil War, I think Ultimate Alliance 2 is still the best adaptation of the Civil War comic book we've ever seen.
It's definitely up there. But
because Ultimate Alliance 2 actually does do some of these scenes from the Civil War actual comic series that we don't get in Captain America Civil War, like Prison 42 and the Negative Zone and all this other shit. Also, one thing that I really like about Ultimate Alliance 2 is the fact that you actually get to see kind of a what if Cap 1 scenario, even though they still technically end the same. I still think it's cool. I don't think the way I'd rank them personally is Ultimate Alliance 1 is the best one, and hot take here, I'd put 3 in second place. I'd put 3 in second place because 2 bounces around too much. From listening to the story, right? 2 bounces around too much. 3 is actually very cohesive.
Yeah. Mostly just Thanos and the Black Order for the big crux of the story, finding the Infinity Stones, all that stuff.
Yep. And yes, movie synergy, but they still lean. It still feels more comic than movie though, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And
the Fantastic Four DLC was awesome. I was happy that there was love for the Fantastic Four at that time, because that DLC came out before before the whole Fox thing, because it was years ago. So that was cool. But yeah, that's it for me. Brian, what about you? What media have you consumed in between podcast episodes?
All right, so not much. Don't want to get into it on camera, but I had a mentally and a little bit physically demanding week this week, so I only stuck some more light-hearted stuff. But did watch a new episode of Make Some Noise, the Dropout improv.
Nice, nice.
And 3 of the prompts that they did was a siren that is way past her prime. Like,
Mariah Carey?
you know, like classic siren. Like, the performer actually got on the floor and did the pose.
Nice.
It was like, hey boys, you want a girl with experience?
So
And then,
she talked like Dr. Girlfriend from Venture Brothers.
Basically, but like, you know, also like a woman who's been smoking for.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. If you,
Like
I mean,
40
I would
years.
say if you've seen Dr. Girlfriend, if you've heard Dr. Girlfriend from Venture Brothers, that is what she sounds like.
Yeah, but she also sounds like the guy.
Well, yeah.
This was a woman. But anyway, another one was, you guys would appreciate this, hiding your disappointment that someone didn't get Thanos snapped.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And then one for all 3 of them was, 3 people trapped on a water slide one by one.
Oh no, that's a nightmare.
Yup. And they got physical with this one too.
Pause.
And one of the quotes, well, you say that, but also, one of the quotes was, "Is my head in your ass?"
All right, real pause that time.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, exactly. But then also, on Dropout, I watched the latest episode of Dirty Laundry. This one was a, like, New Year's special, but also had a lot of women of tabletop on it. And 3 of the prompts were, who lied about being on a mob hit list?
Why would you lie about all that shit?
That feels like a weird thing to lie about, but okay.
She had her reasons.
I mean, all right. I'm not gonna ask questions.
It's like, okay.
This one is a lot more, complicated, though. Who ghosted Guillermo del Toro?
What?
What? Why? Huh? Hey, who?
Was this like? What era Del Toro was this? Was this like Shape of Water Del Toro, Pan's Labyrinth Del Toro, Hellboy Del Toro,
Fucking
Pacific Rim Del Toro?
I don't know, but
Beach Project Del Toro.
I will go ahead and tell you
Pinocchio Del
that
Toro?
it wasn't purposeful ghosting.
Okay, but that still doesn't.
What was the other one? Mountain to Madness Del Toro. He did do a Mountain to Madness movie. That was pretty good.
It's like,
Yeah.
give it, man. Quit keeping us in suspense.
Well, she didn't say the timeline of it.
Did you ghost him because he asked you to wear a weird monster costume?
Or
Or was he in a
it
weird
wasn't
monster
even-
costume?
Or-
Now my head is just going all over the place.
or were you in Cabinet of Curiosities?
This is spoiling the episode, but I'll go ahead and tell you. She worked at a comic book store at the time and got a bunch of customers and kept him on hold for too long.
Bro, that's crazy.
But she actually said that at one point she was thinking, you know, I'm so glad that the phones died down. And then, oh no, the phones have died down because I've kept him on hold for so long.
Oh damn, that must be a really busy comic shop. She must have worked at like a Midtown Comics or something.
Well, she also said that it was New Comic Day.
Yeah, New Comic Day is always the busiest.
But then the last one, who got robbed while having sex on the beach?
Oh, that's fucked up.
Ugh, that's messy as shit. Pun intended.
Yep, in more ways than one.
That's fucked up. I hope they got their stuff back or at least got off.
Both.
No, it was, again, this is spoiling the episode, but y'all aren't gonna watch it. She and her partner, like, put their stuff and then walked a little bit away to do the deed. Like, they took off all their clothes and then walked away and somebody took their clothes.
Rookie mistake. Don't stay near the clothes pile if you're gonna do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Besides, like, people might not even be the ones to steal your clothes. Crabs might walk away with that shit.
Hell, the fucking seagulls might steal your shit.
Because crabs are notorious for stealing random objects from people to use them as homes.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
they specifically know that they were robbed because they, like, kept her dress and took his pants.
Oh my
Was his wallet in his pants?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, duh.
But
This is why I'm glad. This is why I'm glad I don't carry like I don't carry cash anymore.
Mm-hmm.
but still, you got your cards in there.
Yeah, but
Also true.
yeah, that's true. But I also got like the smaller wallets are easier to notice when you're getting pickpocketed than the big wallets.
Yeah, true. But anyway, last thing that I watched was I told the guys about this off camera, but Amazon Prime has added a lot of new movies this year. I did find out that some of them were just like stuff that they've acquired that you can watch, like Challengers and Saltburn. But also another part of it is that they're dissolving Freevee.
Oh, the free Amazon one that you could watch movies with ads.
And so instead, what they did it was they had Amazon Prime reabsorb it, so you click on a movie and you don't know that it has ads until it says brought to you with ads.
Oh, God damn it! I mean, it's same company. They're gonna Twitch us.
Yeah. But I did manage to watch a movie that I've been wanting to watch, but I hadn't seen on any streaming service. Hitman's Bodyguard. That is the one with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson.
Right. I was like, I feel like we reacted to that trailer.
It came out in 2017.
Oh, maybe we did.
But it also had Selma Hayek in it.
Oh, nice.
I've never seen Selma Hayek say that many motherfuckers. But in the canon of the world, she is married to Samuel L. Jackson, so
nice.
Makes complete sense.
Listen, that makes more sense than Selma Hayek being married to Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
No offense, Adam Sandler. But come on.
And overall, I've heard better things about the sequel, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, but I wanted to see this one before I saw that one, because you gotta watch the first one before you watch the sequel.
Yeah.
But I will say, at least for the first one, I enjoyed it. It's very paint by numbers with the plot, but what really makes it is the cast. I mean, obviously. And then we've got Gary Oldman as the villain,
nice.
Completely chewing up the scenery as like a dictator of a foreign country.
Gary Oldman's always made good villains.
But yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson have amazing chemistry together. And oddly, it's one of the few times where Ryan Reynolds is a straight man.
Yeah, the only other time I've seen him as a straight man was that movie with The Rock, Gal Gadot, and him.
Oh yeah.
And that movie
Red Notice.
That movie kind of sucked.
Yeah, it had elements, and I hated the
twist. Yeah.
The twist and the ending. Which I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil to everybody. It's like, oh yeah, we're all bad guys and we got away with it.
Yep.
The end.
Yeah, it was very lackluster. Anyways, anything else?
But this movie wasn't lackluster. I would really suggest it if you want like a fun romp. Other than that, just watching various YouTube stuff that I won't go into detail and all that. But anyway, that's it.
Alright, Tony?
Well, I had my own YouTube rabbit hole watching the YouTube channel Casually Comics with its host, Sasha Wood.
Shout out to Sasha. I've loved Sasha's channel for years. Like, she's great.
Excellent work. Yeah, my favorite series by far that she's done is because learning the context of some of these cursed panels is actually hilarious.
My favorite one of the cursed panel series she did was the where she actually tackled the big one, the pimp slap, the pimp slap.
Yep.
That's my favorite one.
No, I will tell you what my favorite one is because it's so random and weird. Is like my favorite ones have to do with the Batman.
Oh yeah, there are some really good Golden Age, Silver Age Batman curse panels.
My the funniest one that gives me like the best giggles is Quiet or Papa Spank.
Oh yep, there's that one. There's also she also covers the iconic meme panel of Bruce slapping the shit out of Dick.
Oh, she covered that one?
Yeah,
it's not in the movie.
Yeah, no, she covered that one. I know she covered that one. I remember that as an episode. I think it was before Curse Panels became a series, and it was just a one-off video.
Oh, and I saw like that like iconic moment during Batman Superman where Lex roided up on Green K, just smacked on Waller.
Oh, where he kissed? Well, yeah, he started making out with Waller. Oh yeah, that was a Curse Panel. Yeah, I remember that Curse Panel episode. Sasha's great. My personal favorite series from her channel is the anything where she covers something from Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, because those stories are wild. The Silver Age is crazy.
Dude, and Silver Age be wilding out here at times.
The Silver Age is more crazy than the Golden Age. The Golden Age is just surprisingly dark. The Silver Age is just pure insanity. Especially when it comes to Superman and Batman. Superman and Batman were off the rails.
They were wilding out here, folks. So when you have a Superman that is fed up with Lois Lane's shenanigans, it basically said, I'm gonna cook this steak with my heat vision while on a fucking date with Lana Lang.
No, while he is married to Lana Lang. Yeah,
that is
it's crazy. Like Silver Age Superman is such a dickhead. He also has a Lois shrine room, which he destroys promptly after marrying Lana, because obviously you can't have that intact when you're married to another lady.
You can't do that. And also, I find it hilarious because I saw that video too. Like, he felt emasculated when Lana was trying to help him out due to his weakness to kryptonite.
Yep.
And everyone was
because after Lana gained her powers She-Hulk style, but because of that she was immune to the effects of kryptonite. It was, it's a crazy story. Go check out the video. It's great.
Yeah, and also she goes into these interesting deep dives of like different comics. Like she has an entire playlist on the event Future State.
Oh yeah, I was watching this in real time when that was happening. Yeah, Sasha has this thing where she'll try to cover events and then she'll do a really good job of keeping track and then completely lose it. Like I was following her, she was my source of information to know what was happening when the vampire event was going on at first.
Oh, really?
And then like she just stopped covering it, and I was like, oh, now I just don't know what's happening. Sasha's not
Sasha's not talking about it. How else am I supposed to know? She's my reliable source.
Well, look, I wasn't gonna read it.
Look, you know what my favorite thing, like, for, like, a specific character, like, her retrospective on Moon Knight was the funniest thing I have ever seen concerning Moon Knight.
I love any of her, like, follow a character through the ages type thing. She's done a lot of those. She's really, she follows a lot of Punchline, who's been a recent, like, Harley Quinn replacement character, and a bunch of other obscure characters. It's really fun. She makes it really fun because like her content isn't just reviews. It's like these kind of deep dives into these weird, obscure corners of comics. It reminds me of a lot of Drake's videos.
Nice.
Yeah, and I like that aspect. And she also does interviews with creators.
Yeah.
Like,
She got into those recently. Yeah, she got a couple big interviews with like Scott Snyder for the Absolute stuff, which is great. Which, by the way, Scott Snyder liked my. I tweeted Scott Snyder last week when I read Absolute Batman, and I just was talking about my pull list, and I was like, hey yo, Scott Snyder, keep because the thing Scott Snyder does in this first arc of Absolute Batman is he will throw in because the theme of the arc is called Zoo, and obviously like the tragedy that resulted in the death of Thomas Wayne happened at the Gotham Zoo, and each issue Scott Snyder will just throw in a random animal fact. Just in the issue, like like in the issue where like Batman was in the aquarium, they talked about fucking venomous fish, and I was like, oh, I knew that. I work at aquarium. But I tweeted Scott Snyder the other day, like last week, when I tweeted about my video, which is probably where I got more views. But I was like, hey yo, Scott Snyder, keep the animal facts coming. Unironically, that has become my favorite part of reading Absolute Batman, is trying to spot the animal fact.
Yeah, like the most recent issue, because, most recent, I think, at current, Sasha went into it, actually, and it's the issue where, Bruce had a flashback about Selena.
Oh, yeah.
And, random cat facts. Apparently, cats can't see more than 20 feet.
Yep, cats can't see more than 20 feet.
Yep.
That wasn't the most recent issue. That was in the second issue at the time. The recent issue number 4, actually talks about how like the bat's wing structure actually adapts to wherever they live, and which is why Bruce based his like the structure of his bridge, his hypothetical bridge that he built to win this engineering contest as a child, off of a bat's wing. And also they talked about echolocation and how bats are constantly adapting to their environment and how bats adapt. And I think that's really cool, connecting that fact to Batman's, notorious adaptability. Batman wins with prep time is the meme, right? Like, so I think that's so cool. Scott Snyder, seriously, animal facts, I love those. Keep them coming.
Yeah, we need more of those. And also, we talked about this since 2023, gents, when this particular film came out. I'm only 56 minutes and 50 seconds into this particular film that we talked about, the three of us watching together. A shit fest that we were all apprehensive to see at the time.
Okay, what are you talking about? Where is this going?
An individual as the leading role who is nothing but a shitbird. Something that is tied to a comic series that ended an era for a time and started an era of pseudo-pain.
Oh, alright, The Crow?
No.
I'm lost. Okay, whoa, what's the build-up?
So, it includes a Batman. A couple Batman, actually, in this story.
Oh, The Flash? Oh, right!
Yes.
We were gonna hate watch The Flash.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, watching the first 56 minutes of this thing, I have opinions. Very strong opinions. Opinions that borderline make me angry.
It made a lot of people angry. It definitely made the family of George Reeves angry.
Oh, obviously, yes, but specifically to kind of me, in a way. Most of my anger and frustration is to the leading character.
Oh, yeah.
I hate this version of the Flash.
Yeah, weird autistic Barry just doesn't work.
I find it offensive.
I'm not just speaking out of turn here, right? Like, clearly that Barry is autistic coded, isn't he?
I can tell that Barry is autistic coded, and it's poor autistic coding. It's terrible autistic coding. It frustrates me.
Well, yeah, as someone on the spectrum, you more than anyone can speak on this.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't want to get you started, so it's not like a whole soapbox thing, but I'm just saying.
I'm going to make this as quick as I can and just bullet point my frustrations with this film.
Okay.
The CGI is bad.
Yeah.
I mean, really bad.
I've seen the clips on Twitter.
Yeah.
Everything feels like rubber, and it creeps me out. Barry sucks protagonist, and of course, it perpetuates kind of a negative aspect to autism where apparently we're all just unfeeling assholes.
Yep.
To me, it's like Barry is so selfish in the Snyderverse that I just hate him. I hate him. And his parallel, his different universe self is far worse, far more annoying, and it makes me even madder.
I want to see, Brian. I want to use my old catchphrase for the meme, but I really don't want to feel like it's in poor taste.
And it's to the point where he acts so over the top stoner that my girlfriend hated it. Other Barry.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
To be fair, the actor themselves is a piece of shit. So.
Well, obviously, yeah. And I haven't gotten to the point where we meet the Michael Keaton Batman. It's to the point where Zod is landing on her.
I've heard that Kara is actually kind of interesting.
I'm hate watching this movie and just kind of analyzing it in its own little way. Part of me wants to basically deconstruct this movie 2 years after the fact.
I kind of want to watch it also out of morbid curiosity.
Same.
You know what? We'll do it.
Same.
Fuck it. We'll figure out a time.
Especially because, for better or worse, we know that the director is going to be returning for the DCU.
Cause that's the It guy, right? Andy Muschietti.
Yeah, he's directing the Brave and the
I don't want to blame him because that movie was cursed. That movie.
It was in development for a long.
He just inherited. He was just the last person to inherit it. I'm not gonna blame that guy. I'm not gonna blame that director.
Muschietti, terrific director, but it's just this is a stain on his reputation as a director.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's saddled with it. but I'm more so kind of frustrated.
This is one of those times where I genuinely think it's okay to blame the actor.
Oh, I agree, 100%. The actor, just as a person, is terrible. The performance is terrible. It also led to me making an interesting observation and just kind of retroactively made sense to me, at least.
Okay.
They basically co-opted what made the Wally West Splash so great and just tried to transplant that into Barry Allen.
I mean, they've been doing that for years.
Oh, I know. I absolutely know that. But the thing is, Barry, to me, is this kind of someone who had his shit together that didn't have the limitations that Wally did.
Barry is milquetoast, boring, boring superhero. And because you have nothing to work with Barry, people, writers in current iterations have given all of Wally's cool traits to Barry.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making.
Which is like the biggest sin of. As much as I loved the show in the beginning, it is the biggest sin of the CW's Flash TV show, is that they literally gave all of Wally's cool points to Barry, to the point where, like, they even gave Barry Wally's love interest.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Like, he dated Linda for a bit, if you remember that, Brian.
Yeah, I remember Linda.
But my point overall with this whole, like, exploration in thinking back to Sasha's videos with how much DC editorial hated Wally, specifically Didio. I point out Didio in particular.
Oh yeah, Didio, he hates both Titans' best buds, Wally and Dick. He hates both of them.
No, I think Didio hated all legacy characters.
He had a specific hate boner for Dick and Wally though, because they are the ones that grew up the most, because they were the ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
The core Titan he doesn't like.
Yeah, the point that I'm making here is I honestly think that Barry should have stayed dead.
I've been saying...
I honestly do. I really do.
Let me tell... I've only been saying this since 2009, when they brought Barry back with the return of Barry out.
Well, I will say that...
or was it 2008? I've only been saying this since Jeff Johns brought Barry Allen back to life.
I will say that in the current comics right now...
Wally is the
he's and Wally is the I get it. But here's my thing, right? If Johns didn't bring him back, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in now.
We wouldn't. And again, I've been saying this for years. I love Jeff. I think Jeff has done some amazing work. His run on Teen Titans is phenomenal. His Green Lantern run, and this is a hot take too, because I'm a huge Green Lantern fan, thanks to Jeff Johns. I also think the same thing about Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan was boring and was more interesting as a bad guy. They could have just they could have just kept Hal as a bad guy and just left it to Kyle. Kyle was more interesting, and maybe I'm saying this because Kyle is my Lantern, but Kyle was more interesting. Hal was more interesting as a bad guy.
Honestly, I like Hal more than a villain, because if you think about it, Jay, if you gave Hal like a central purpose, being God's vengeance in the DC universe.
Was a very interesting concept. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that too. I actually like that idea.
Which, by the way, do you know who the current host is for Spectre?
Who's the current host for Spectre?
Crispus Allen still?
Nope, it's Detective Chimp.
Huh? Bobo is the Spectre?
Yep.
As a Spectre? Wait.
That's almost as buck wild as something I discovered recently when I watched a video on the recent Amazing Spider-Man arc. You know what I did not know about the Marvel Universe, the current Marvel Universe cosmology? To just take this to Tangent Town real quick.
Sidorak having children?
No, not that. I knew that because I was paying attention to that, and I knew that from like Fear itself, because Sidorak mentioned that when Magic tricked Kyoto into becoming the Juggernaut all those years ago. But anyways, what I did not know is that Mistress Death has been replaced by Master Death, Phil Coulson.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Phil Coulson is the new embodiment of Death, and he is Master Death. I was like, the fuck? Phil Coulson, you're dead? Huh?
Like,
Where's the
lady-
sexy skeleton lady?
Yeah, what the fuck? That doesn't bring any ramifications.
I was confused.
But yeah,
I was confused because I was like, wait, if you're going for MCU synergy, Aubrey Plaza's, you know, where's sexy lady
there.
dead?
Yeah.
But like, I think it's cool. I just thought it just threw me off for a second. I was like, Coulson, Master Death.
Oh no.
Who the fuck is Master Death?
I feel you, and the way that they introduced it was the Detective Chimp was actually in a Wonder Woman title.
No, that makes sense.
Because
They were on the Justice League Dark together. That makes sense.
and she called him in for backup to deal with what was his name, the emissary,
Oh,
or
the King of America. What the fuck
Yeah.
is his name? Fucking.
That motherfucker.
I don't remember. I'm reading it too. I just can't remember the motherfucker's name.
I think it's like the Emperor or some kind,
It
or some
starts with
shit.
an E. It's emissary sounds close, but I don't think it's emissary. But yeah, that guy. We know who you're talking. That guy.
Yeah.
she brought him in for assist for dealing with him, and it actually led to a funny moment that was essentially him be like, "Bitch, do you know who the fuck I am?" And then him turn on the Spectre powers, be like, "Bitch, do you know who the fuck I am?"
Oh, that's awesome.
That is sick as fuck. But also, speaking of like current Spider-Man, on the kick of not being Spider-Man anymore.
Well, Peter quits every time life is hard. That's nothing new. Like, I don't know why people are flipping their shit. Peter quits being Spider-Man every like 50 issues.
Yeah, Pete is Peter Mr. Ritter.
This is nothing new. He'll be back soon, guys. Why are you crying?
The current run is being called the 8 Deaths of
Yeah, and this is
Spider-Man.
and this is a metaphorical death. So like, I don't know why people are complaining. This is clearly a ploy. Why,
I know, it's so fucking dumb. And I also watched a video talking about modern Spider-Man from the like perspective of the 5 stages of grief.
Oh, I saw that video. Yep. Yeah. No. Modern. Look. I'm a Spidey fan, but I have not read, like, actively picked up an amazing Spider-Man comic in 5 years. I listened. I know what's going on because I watch videos and I listen to what's happening, but I have not actively read Spider-Man, like Amazing Spider-Man, since right before what was that arc? The fucking Beyond arc. The one with Ben Reilly, and then it led to like the whole thing with Madeline Pryor. That was the last time I was actively reading Amazing Spider-Man, which maybe wasn't 5 years ago. Maybe that was like 3 years ago. I don't know. No, because that started, that was in like 2020 something. So yeah, it's been like 5 years. But yeah, it doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like that happened 5 years ago, but it happened 5 years ago. Because I want to say that was 2020 when the Ben Reilly stuff happened.
And that's only dealing with Peter. You jump into Miles, that's a whole.
I actually really like what's going on with Miles.
Yeah. Miles is a totally different trip, and I love it.
Miles. So to catch people up real quick, Miles got bitten in the last event by like a blade that was possessed by like not Dracula but like Dracula's predecessor essentially. Now Miles is on a quest with T'Challa to help him purge the vampirism from him, because T'Challa's blood during that event was able to help stave off the infection. He's like, all right, maybe if I take you to Bast can help you, because Bast's powers, were able to help me stave this off. So then he gets an audience with Bast, and then all of a sudden, Anansi's like, hey, yo, what's going on here? That's my person.
Oh, no.
What are you doing, Bast?
I actually know a little bit of the context, because Sasha actually talked about it for a little bit.
Nice.
Or someone else did. Basically, Bast said, why the fuck did you bring him here? He's already the avatar of somebody else. That's when Anansi came in.
Yep.
And apparently, all spider people are avatars of Anansi.
Oh yeah, that's been a thing since the spider totem thing was introduced.
Yeah, and I think that's the coolest thing ever.
There was an issue way back. I want to say in like the early 2000s. I remember reading when JMS was still on Spider-Man, and they were doing the whole spider totem thing, and like like Peter took a trip to Wakanda for some reason, and like he was super popular over there. He's like, oh yeah, you're a Nazis champion. We like you. You're cool. Oh cool, nice.
And he's like, what?
Yeah. Miles didn't know this because Peter apparently doesn't talk to Miles. Fucking. That's a whole nother conversation. Peter and Miles just don't interact anymore. So Peter didn't fill in Miles. Hey Miles, by the way. So you know how we did this. You know how we did the Spider-Verse thing. So, yeah, we have a god. We have a what?
Yeah, like we are technically the avatars of a spider god from Africa. Miles be like, wait, what?
But Peter, you're white. Yeah, I know, it's weird, right?
And it's not just us, but it's also everybody.
It's all spider people. All spider people.
All spider people, including Spider-Man.
Yes, Anya.
Except for Jessica Drew, because Jessica Drew did not get her powers from any spider-related stuff. Jerry Drew does. Jerry Drew did.
Yes.
Which is weird.
And
but
I find that a fucking pig, a cartoon pig.
which you know what the funniest part is, right? He's not actually a pig. He's a spider that was bitten by a radioactive pig.
You are correct. Right. I am sorry, but it just makes me laugh that a cartoon spider pig
does whatever a spider pig does.
Can he swing from a web? No, he can't, because he's a pig.
Class. Anyways, all right.
But
that segment and that trip to Tangent Town is over. I feel like we've rambled enough.
And just a quick tidbit, I rewatched the Maker video, and it still kind of confirms that he is a much better concept of the Batman who laughs.
He is.
It still proves my point. It
also proves the point of like the best heroes make amazing villains. Like,
oh, absolutely, 100%.
And the most detestable villains, like, because that's the thing. If Reed wasn't such a good, people shit on Reed all the time. But if Reed wasn't such a good man, he wouldn't be such an amazing villain. Because if he was already shitty and you just reversed him, he wouldn't be interesting as a bad guy. But he is genuinely a good dude. So when you put that to the whole opposite end of the spectrum, you get the Maker.
Yeah, and think of it like this, because Mullet Man Productions actually put it best. It's how their fathers raised them.
Yeah, because Nate in the 616 actually encouraged Reed and his science. And he also, when he came back from the time travel grocery store, he was like, Reed, I'm so glad you became a better scientist, but please don't be like me.
Actually be there for your kids.
Spend time with your family. You got a great family.
Whereas Nate in 1610 was just a blue-collar asshole. Who
thought his son was just a freak and a weirdo.
Yeah. It's that kind of like close-minded blue-collar asshole. And I find that so fascinating.
Oh yeah.
But enough of Tangent Town.
Yep.
Let's actually next segment.
Let's go to the next segment, which is of course Trailer Talk. Trailer Talk is the segment of the podcast where our boy Brian has gathered together 6 brand new trailers, at least as of the recording of this podcast. YouTube people, you know what to do. Those trailers will be in the playlist linked down below. Audio people, we will be talking about these trailers individually after a short break for us to react to these trailers. But until then, please enjoy this quick word from our non-existent sponsors. And away we go. And we're back. All right, this was a very interesting bunch of trailers this week, Brian. You started us off with a weird horror yandere theme a little bit. Let's start off with talking about Companion. So this trailer has scared me off of the concept of sex robot.
Yeah.
And so basic premise, folks. Our favorite Superman, young Quaid, somehow, someway acquired a sex robot.
A hyper advanced sex robot. Which I immediately called, mind you, was a sex robot. I was like, wait a minute, something's off. That's a sex robot, isn't it? Because it's interesting, because like if you look at how she's dressed, it looks very similar to those like super expensive lifelike sex dolls that they're selling in Japan.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's how I was able to tell.
And I was like,
I'm that much of a gooner, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I pay attention to a lot of updates in the sex industry. I'm interested. But yes, now I'm scared. I don't want it.
But point is, now it's gonna be like this crazy ride of robots wanting to kill the man that she loved. It's insane.
They got a fucking yandere program in that bitch. No, thank you. Also, is it a self-lubricating you know what? These are questions that I want to know, but these guys might not. But like, is it a it has to be a self-lubricating robot, right? Because otherwise,
yes, that's not the point, Jay. That's not the point.
That's the point to me, damn it! I need to know.
Well, the fact that she's a young read murder, and the one that she wants to like murder the most is the man that's trying to stop her.
Oh man,
from murder.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what they say about sticking your dick in crazy. I'm just saying.
Yep. I could be wrong, but I believe this was. Don't know if it still is, but at one point was supposed to be in the same Megan.
That makes sense.
What?
That makes sense.
That would make sense. What?
Man.
Also, the same guy who worked on this, like the director, worked on Suburgatory.
Oh, cool.
Well, it was basically from the studio that gave you The Notebook and the director of Barbarian.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to see it. It looks really interesting. Companion, definitely gonna check that shit out.
Did you ever watch Barbarian?
I have heard nothing but good things about it, but I've never seen it actually.
Oh, I have seen it, and oh boy, does it get freaky.
Oh yeah, it's violent
and doesn't go where I think it's going.
I bet.
It's one of those. It's fantastic, but
speaking of like other like serial killer type stuff, Hard Eyes, right? Like it looks like a pretty standard Valentine's Day massacre serial killer type beat.
Yeah, but it's from the creator.
Yeah, well, producer, I think it's a producer because obviously Wes Craven is no longer with us.
May he rest.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks really interesting. I think Olivia Holt is awesome. I think she deserved more of a chance as Dagger. Same for the actor who played Tyrone as well.
Yep. But this has one of the guys from
Love Victor. Yep.
Love Victor, which we never finished, but from what we saw, we liked.
The first season was great. We saw the first season.
Yep.
But yeah, that looks fun. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh shit! It's directed by Josh Rubin.
Oh cool.
Which if that name doesn't sound familiar to you, he did that quirky werewolf movie from a few years ago. Werewolves Within. Where it was a werewolf in a very small town.
Yep.
He also has worked in College Humor and Dropout. He's one of the three of the Noise Boys with
cool.
Brendan Lee Mulligan and Zach Oyama.
Nice.
Huh.
Moving on. I want to save EXO for last.
The last movie on the list, In the Lost Lands.
Yeah, based off of probably one of the weird sci-fi stories written by George R.R. Martin. Good old Gurr.
It is.
Good old Gurm. Fucking Dave Bautista and Mila
Jovovich. And obviously, if it has Mila Jovovich, you know who it's directed by. Resident Evil guy.
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson is that?
I thought Paul Thomas Anderson was the.
No, Paul Thomas Anderson direct those movies.
No, Paul Thomas Anderson is the guy that makes the weird offbeat like
Are you thinking about Wes Anderson?
I was thinking of Wes Anderson.
Paul W. Wes Anderson. That's his name.
There we go. That's why the wires were crossed.
He's directed all the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, it looks
basically anything that has Mila Jovovich in it.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what was happening, but it looked cool.
Yeah, we had like fucking zombies, fucking crusaders.
Magic
you had
of some kind.
Weird science shit. Fucking two-headed. It was insane.
It reminded me of this one movie. Don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called Priest.
Nope.
It stars Paul Bettany, where he's this badass priest in this apocalyptic world. It also has Carl Urban and Maggie Q.
It gave me like Mad Max meets Book of Eli type vibes, this trailer.
Yeah.
I'm down to check it out. I don't know if I'd go to the theaters to see it. Maybe I'd check it out on streaming or something.
Yeah, like a guilty pleasure homie hangout type.
Alright.
But,
Now, here it is, folks. So, I believe, did we cover this no, it was in season 3. It wasn't season 3, right?
It was, but...
Very early in season 3.
But you wanted to cover that last, right?
Oh yeah, right. There was something before this. Oh yeah, the network show. Yeah, the hunting party. Right. It has a really interesting premise, but I don't know if I would watch it because procedural.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it does have a like.
The week kind of show.
It does have an all-star cast though. Like
Oh yeah.
it's a TV all-star thing. If you saw like the main chick, she's from Manifest,
Yep.
and then you've got one of the guys from Grey's Anatomy. All-star cast, but might check it out like on our own, but not for the show.
Yeah.
Same for Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Yeah, the new CW show that has Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown and Langton Meester.
Yep.
Which was in we were just previously talking about it, How I Met Your Father.
Yep. Oh man.
She was she was the ex, the musical ex.
the musician X. Yeah. Yep.
Where it's basically this family comedy of
Of a police family.
Brother and sister cops in a small town.
Yep.
two police detectives that are brother and sister who are the children of the chief,
Yep.
and the brother is an idiot and an abrasive moron.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I saw this guy before. He was fat, but not as fat as you.
It looks like a fun dynamic. I'm probably gonna watch it just for shits and giggles, but yeah, it's probably not the
Also-
show.
It's weird because it's finally the first one of the first shows that we've seen for the CW in a while.
Yeah, and it's post DC rebrand.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, I just mainly put it in there because Clancy and Langdon Meester.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clancy he gets the respect that he deserves from us fans because
he doesn't get enough on camera respect as he does for voice work.
that's what I'm getting at here.
Yeah.
And he played a magnificent Maroni.
Oh yeah.
Excellent
Yeah.
Maroni.
He was great.
Oh yeah.
He was great. Also,
Wish we had seen more of him.
I've seen that lady everywhere who played his wife. She's great in everything I've seen her in.
Absolutely.
Oh.
True talent.
Oh yeah. She even is played a small role in today's main topic as well.
Oh, did
Oh
she?
yeah. She was
The madam.
yeah, the madam. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Right. That was her. Huh. But yeah.
But
so
before we get to our main topic,
yeah,
Our final trailer.
We're back. We're back in Seoul, and we're here for all the mess.
I need to see more Kitty doing
yo,
dumb things.
I just want to watch this dumb child be cringe and do dumb things and all her relationship mess. I want to see her gay panic. I want to see her figure out things with fuckboy over there.
yup. And
Drama.
What is Pete doing here? I obviously want to know like the deeper actual drama with her mom and her getting to know her mom. What is Pete doing here? I seriously want to know why Pete's here.
What Pete do?
And Pete, aren't you on that, like Brian said, Pete, aren't you on that, like, is he on that Night Agent show? He has a show where he's a spy, action.
The Recruit.
The Recruit.
Bro out
He
here
plays
saying
like a newbie, I think FBI or special agent kid.
Is he gonna be like a track coach, you think? I think so.
I don't know.
Cause he was an athlete in the To All the Boys movies.
Maybe.
I'm prepared for anything.
I
don't know much about this guy, but I'm prepared for shenanigans.
He's alright. Like, he's not a bad dude. He's just kind of like, how would we describe him, Brian? He's
like a very more milquetoast version of you.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I would say he's like, think of like Noah, like Brian's character from X-Men Noah, but like, actually socially functional.
Damn.
Oh yeah, you're right about that.
Everybody catches praise.
But the plot of the first movie is that he pretends to be her boyfriend, and then typical rom-com shenanigans.
And they end up falling in love. Yeah, Cause it's one of those things where they're childhood friends. They used to have crushes on each other, but they never really did anything about it. And then Kitty, the lovable scamp, young baby Kitty, decided to like actually mail out, because as an exercise she wrote a love letter to every boy she's ever had a crush on, and Kitty, the lovable scamp, mailed out all those letters to all the boys she's loved before, hence the name of the title of the movie.
Yeah.
And Pete Kaczynski, Is it Kaczynski? Kaminsky. It sounds like Kaczynski, but I'm like, that's the Unabomber.
Oh God.
But I know it sounds like that. It's right? Doesn't it sound like that? It sounds.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. But anyway, Pete. We find out Pete, who grew up to be like this jock guy, who was dating at the time her former best friend, who turned out to be like popular bitch, mean girl. Anyways.
Yeah.
They pretend to date so that
Because he wants to make her jealous.
he wants to make her jealous, and also she wants to avoid the secondhand embarrassment because she accidentally sent one of those letters was also written to her sister's boyfriend.
Wild.
Right?
Her older sister.
Yeah, older sister. Yeah, her older sister Margot's boyfriend. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's very cute. Like it's a nice little trilogy.
One of them was one of the stray letters went to her like camp theater crush. She was actually gay.
Yep. Yeah. It's again adorable. Great set of movies. I feel we covered them. I believe we did a whole podcast episode on them.
On
sure.
the trilogy when the third one came out.
Yep, we did a whole episode on the entire trilogy when the third one released.
That was pre-Tony days.
Yep, it was a really cute set of movies. Look, if Peter's gonna be here, I want LJ to show up too. LJ's gotta be here. You gotta give me Laura Jean.
I know your Netflix show didn't do so well, but you're still with Netflix, so maybe.
What was her name? Is it Lana Condor?
Yeah.
She was the girl from Deadly Class, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
She
her.
also had a Netflix show, Bitch.
Oh, what was her other Netflix show?
It was called Boo Bitch.
Ah, never saw it.
Where her and her best friend go partying and get drunk for the first time, and they end up dead, and now they're ghosts.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That's why.
And they're trying to figure out like what happened to them. And
Oh, so it's like Ghost Hangover? Interesting.
yeah, but sucky.
Oh damn, that's rough.
Oh,
But
it's just
It was not good. I couldn't get through the first episode.
damn.
Yeah.
But seriously, I would love to see her
Anyway.
again because this was that was a big success. I know those movies were a huge hit,
They were.
so I would love to see Laura Jean in here. Or I don't know if Janelle Parrish is doing anything. Where's Margot at?
Oh yeah.
I want to know where her oldest sister is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let them all show up. But
Yeah.
I am seriously looking forward to this. We had such a blast covering Exo Kitty.
Yep. And I'm glad that it looks like
it was a time.
they're not just like throwing Dane away.
Yeah.
That we're actually gonna get to follow up with him and get to see more like what he's like post breakup.
Yeah. What is happening with Day? Did we even see Day in that trailer?
Yeah.
Like I know we saw Minho, we saw Yuri. What happened
He
to Day?
was in a couple scenes. One of them was he was in a suit staring at the party.
What was the status with Day?
Whoa.
Like I forget where the season ended with him. But I know she realized she wasn't into him anymore.
He broke it off with him, and they were like, we were just going through the motions at the end.
Oh, okay.
And so, and because we commented on it, because they did the typical rom-com, she goes to meet him at the airport.
Yep.
But when she does, she breaks up with him instead of.
Yeah, right. And they're cool with just being friends. I think that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Cause I hope it's one of those where like they just stay friends. Cause again, I've talked about this before, but one of my least favorite tropes in all of rom-coms is people ending up together with the first person they fall in love with.
Yeah.
Like, it's a tired trope. But yeah, I'm excited. It's on the docket, people. If you've been waiting for us to fucking dish on some Exo Kitty, we're here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we might resurrect the homie hangout for this one, because I feel like this would be a more fun show to watch together and comment on the bullshit.
But we're gonna get to it. Just we gotta get through
one more show.
Like one more show that is heavily tied to us.
Yep. And the resurrection of the podcast.
Yup.
We'll get to it. We'll announce at the end. But without further ado, now is the good time as any to jump into the main topic, which is, of course, as we mentioned at the top, Creature Commandos Season 1. So we're going to do this character by character, because each episode kind of talk character by character. Obviously, spoilers ahead. I'm not even going to bother with the spoiler-free. Spoiler-free, I guess real quick, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Great start to Gunn Gunn's DC universe. I also small comment. I mentioned it before with the Christopher Reeves documentary, but I really like their DC Universe logo for their DC Studios. I think it's cool.
Oh yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the classic original flip comic MCU logo. That's still my favorite MCU logo. You know what I'm talking about? The Marvel logo where they actually like flip through the comic pages.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
That was my favorite one. That was the original one that they used for a long time until it became like until they made Marvel Studios, like the black Marvel Studios logo. I miss the old red Marvel logo one. That was my personal favorite. But yeah, this is basically just Monster Suicide Squad, y'all. So if you enjoyed the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie, you'll really enjoy this. And because it's animation, they get to push it even further.
And get weirder.
Yep. And this story, this season, is mainly introducing you to the team, the main team. And each episode is a different backstory, and they get more and more fucked up as the story goes on.
Fucked up and leaves you fucking angry.
Yep. So you know, we have a lot to discuss. We're gonna go character by character. The show definitely gets the Channel Station seal of approval. Like I said, if you enjoyed James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, you will enjoy this. Definitely go check it out. But that is all the spoiler free we can give. We're gonna just pull a Philip DeFranco and just jump right into it. So first, we're gonna start off with my least favorite character, Eric Von Frankenstein.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Incel King.
Incel Von Frankenstein.
Incel King, Eric Von Frankenstein.
Such a love-hate relationship with God.
No, not even love hate.
No love hate, just hate.
Yeah, nothing but hate, bro.
No
what
hate.
do you mean?
I don't love this guy at all. No love.
This man is like the actor.
I love the actor, the guy who plays Hopper, Red Guardian. That guy.
David Harbour.
He's great.
David Harbour, amazing job with this character.
Because it's the same
That's
thing.
what I mean.
It's the same thing with Lena Headey and Cersei. Lena Headey, great. Cersei, absolute bitch. Hate her.
Also in a way of you love hate.
You mean like a love to hate, not love, because you said love hate relationship. Love hate and love to hate are two separate things.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get what you mean. You mean love to hate. Oh yeah, he definitely a love to hate kind of thing with Mr. Eric here.
Oh God.
Holy shit, this guy.
And it's like right when you think that you're liking him and he's a very likable character, he'll then
Yep, yeah. Cause like this guy is like the embodiment of r/nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Like this dude is like critical levels of Delulu, man. Like it just can't get through his thick ass skull.
But you were made for me.
So she fucked your dad, bruh.
Yeah, who also was her dad.
Let's not put too much thought into that one.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Cause I brought that up too. Right? When this happened, I was like, is it incest if they're fucking? Cause like, he acknowledges Eric as his kid, kind of.
Yeah.
But like, the bride is made specifically for Eric, quote unquote.
But also when the bride is first waking up, he makes the womb comparison.
Yeah, so I don't know. Jury's still out on if that's incest. Tell us in the comments if you think it's incest. But I didn't have a problem with it. I actually thought it was interesting that they formed a genuine relationship. Because like Victor, Dr. Frankenstein didn't want any of this. He was like, no, I'm done. I don't want to do this again. But like he was genuinely having fun having these conversations with the bride and like teaching her things.
But Eric was out there being fucking butthurt.
Because Eric is very one-track minded.
Yep, it's just me.
And
he's a narcissist. It's just all about him and what he wants. He's the main character. Everything, he's entitled. He's the absolute.
And pre-trauma, the bride was very curious. So very different. But yeah, Eric, like that scene with the woman in the cabin.
Yeah, you think it's like, oh, finally, it's like the classic Frankenstein tale. Blind lady, like. He finds a nice home, even has a dog. That's so cool. Good for you. Oh, never mind.
They even joke around with each other. But then, like we said, he's very narcissist and one-track mind. So like when he first meets her, he says, "If I was blind, I'd kill myself."
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so by the end of it, he thinks that it's mercy that if he's leaving her,
Alone to just kill her. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that the lady that he had monitoring the house was the same lady in the cabin. For a second there, I didn't think that she was gonna die because I thought she was the same lady. But then I remembered that
Yeah.
lady wasn't blind.
what do you see his affinity with older, overweight European women?
Yeah.
I mean, he was on
Three-
a skinny bitches.
Right.
Because there are 3 different times that he does that.
Yep. But yeah, fuck him.
I mean, yeah, man, child.
He's the absolute worst.
And even when he tries to like be like somewhat redeemable, at the end, it's just like he's had such this past that she's like, I don't want to hear it. And honestly, I don't blame her.
And
Yeah, obviously.
and it's still not even redeemable. He's still just doing it for his own self-interest. He's not doing it because he genuinely cares about the bride. He's just like, oh, if I
Yeah.
do this and I save her from making this mistake, he'll finally love me. Like, no, get the fuck out of
No,
here, dude.
bro.
Gross.
Also, he's very insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
Like the whole scene about Rick Flag and the mustache.
Oh my god, yeah.
God.
He's just a male yandere, dude. That's what he is.
Yup.
And also, look, some individuals can grow great facial hair. They just do.
Why are you hating?
It's no
Why are you hating, Eric?
your fault. Whine about it.
Go find a corpse of somebody with some facial hair, cut that shit off, and just glue it to your face. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I will say that somebody else pointed this out, so I'm glad I'm not alone. But when he first got that marker to write down Rick's name,
Mhm.
I thought for sure he was gonna mark her on face.
I had that thought. I had that thought too.
Same here.
Also, okay, so now let's talk about now let's move over to Rick Flag. Not much to say about him except for the fact that he's a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is so much of a fucking moron.
Like, dude, that honey pot was obvious from day one. He even knew. He's like, no, I shouldn't fuck you.
But fuck it, that shit was immaculate.
Yup.
Yeah, I guess
Very
so.
down bad.
Like, don't get me wrong, she was hot, but like, Rick,
Oh, come on, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
I know your name. I know your name is Dick, but that doesn't mean you gotta give it out to everybody.
Yeah, and plus, show some respect because you were grieving for your son.
Yeah, and you even said, "Oh, you're my son's age." Like, bro, what?
Bro,
Yep.
what?
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah.
Like-
Although, and he is a good fighter, but he does have his limits, which I'm glad they didn't hand wave that away.
Oh yeah, he got the shit kicked out of him by Clayface.
And then actually, like, stayed in a hospital for the rest of
Oh yeah. No, because I mean the Gunverse is pretty good with that. Like even instead, like I don't know if you had seen it yet. I know Tony has. Peacemaker. They're very consistent with that. Like normal people get hurt and stay hurt.
But there is the thought that since it is animation, if they keep, but they do. Just like you got the dude from Peacemaker,
Yep. Who's still on?
who and is on crutches for the whole season.
Yep. Which I love that. I love the conversation with the lawyer. It's like, all right, John. So what happened to you? It's like oh, it's classified. No, seriously, just tell me. Like, all right, I stopped an alien invasion. Oh, fine, don't tell me.
Yeah.
He's like, no, but I just like, joke's on you, lady. He really did.
Yep.
The reach was in here.
Yep, and they were.
Y'all almost got body snatched by bug people.
But yeah. I'm interested to see where we go with Rick from here, because clearly he's not going to be in the show anymore.
Yeah.
Well, the next time we're gonna see him is in Superman.
Yeah, he's in Superman.
Actually, no. I think the next time that we're going to see him is in season 2 of Peacemaker.
Oh.
Well, either Peacemaker or Superman, because it looked like
I
Grillo.
think Superman's coming first, isn't it?
No,
Is he confirmed to be in Superman?
Well, set photos have shown him in there. Well, some of that looks like Grillo.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it is Frank Grillo, right? Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because I've seen the set photos with yeah.
I thought those were set photos for Peacemaker.
No, that was for Superman.
Oh, for Superman.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. But yeah, because it looks like we're not going to be using him anymore for Creature Commandos.
Yeah, because of how they set up with the bride. Yep.
Yep.
We'll probably talk about her last. But
yeah.
Moving on from Flag. Let's talk about the Weasel. Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my God, bro.
Ties me with that one.
I did not expect to care so much.
Yeah.
And Weasel White.
He was just this weird, like Pete Davidson.
Dog almost.
Yeah, played by Pete Davidson. Like I thought he was a mongoose at first.
No, he's not played by Pete Davidson.
I thought he was. Is he Sean Gunn?
He's Sean Gunn. Pete Davidson was the one who, like, we found out was the informant that gave them away.
Oh, Detectable Kid.
Yeah, and no, Pete Davidson was another character. I think Weasel peed on him as well.
But yeah, man.
Anyway.
Weasel, holy, like
We watched the Suicide Squad, and we think that it's
just this one note, silly, kind of like King Shark, like, you know,
killer.
Weird animal mascot character. You know, he's kind of like the Groot. You know, you don't know what he's saying, but he's saying stuff.
And we think that he's like there with the other killers of the Suicide Squad.
Because
like 20-something kids.
Yeah, but we find out the real story with the children, and it's just like, no, they took him in like he was like E.T. or 11 from Stranger Things.
And that he didn't kill anybody.
He tried
He's
to
like
save
the
them.
most innocent out of all of them.
Yeah, and he tried to save those kids, but like, you know,
Creepy old man.
The creepy old man. I actually don't blame the cop. I blame the creepy old dude.
I do.
No, I don't blame. No, I don't.
No, because
actually.
the reason why I blame the cop is because at the very last end of it, you see the little girl is screaming, and the cops are standing right there, and instead of going to help the girl, they're focused on Weasel.
Yeah,
Right,
I get what Brian's saying, but also, Brian.
But also, I don't blame the cops still, because, like, you know, from the perspective how it looks, living in the DC universe, how that shit looks, I would immediately jump to that.
Yeah, I get that perspective, but honestly, I could give the cops and Weasel story a pass.
That's what I'm saying.
But
it's the old dude. It's the old dude.
Yeah.
Like,
The cops and Mina story, I can't give. The cops and Nina story, I can't give a pass. But the cops and Weasel story, I understand.
Yeah.
But fuck that old man.
That motherfucker was the worst. The worst.
I'm glad he died.
But also, kids.
No, he didn't die.
He didn't die. He was just there.
Oh, he died in the explosion?
Oh yeah, he exploded. Yeah, he exploded. But also, I gotta give some flack to those dumbass kids. Why the fuck are you playing with matches next to a fucking bottle of alcohol?
Yeah.
Those kids.
I guess
those kids are also dumbasses. Like, yes, they're children, and they might, and they're young, so maybe they just don't. But they clearly know what alcohol is, because they were making fun of the teacher
for being an alcoholic.
And what kid wants to go back to school?
That's what.
Like, yeah, I totally agree with.
I was so confused.
What the fuck?
Like, it was still, it's still sad, mind you. But I was like, but also these kids are stupid. I was like, kids, what the fuck?
But yeah, the poor Weasel is
and like
Weasel,
and with that
traumatized,
you understand. You also
nobody knows.
And you also understand his bond with the princess. It wasn't just because she played with him. It's because she looks like a grown-up version of the little girl who was his first friend.
And the one that he tried his damnedest to save.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was sad for him.
Yep. Because.
But then also.
And because like also the other thing that like where I give the cop a pass, like it wasn't just that like she was screaming and they were just focused on Weasel. They were gonna go, but they also saw that shit was collapsing. Like there was nothing they could do there.
True. Also true,
like, none of them had super strength.
Also, Weasel, yeah, he could have saved one of them. He did the best that he could, but then the little girl was right there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, what is even more tragic is that the one team member that treated him nice and with some kindness and petted him.
Well, treated everyone with kindness.
He accidentally kind of led to her death.
Yeah. Treated everyone with kindness, really. Let's talk about it. Man, Nina's story is so sad. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. In my head, I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want it to come true. It came true anyway. But in my head, like after the first episode, I was like, she's the one that's gonna die because she's the morality pet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's the one that's too good for this world. so she's gonna die.
I mean, also kind of figured that when we like started seeing that they're saving her.
Her last, yeah. But yeah, it's super sad. Like, you know, she was born with her lungs on the outside of her body, so her dad like mutated her into girl Abe Sapien.
Yeah.
She turned into like a, you know, fucking shape of water creature.
Yeah, because he is like a
biogeneticist or something like that. Yeah. And so he like spliced her DNA with a bunch of aquatic animals. Well, more like amphibious if you look at the.
Yeah, if you really think about it,
If you
it's
look
more
at the features,
amphibious.
it's more amphibious and aquatic, but
Yeah.
you know, I like animal facts.
Yeah. Also, Nina, after like running away from home, was just out here living her best life in the sewers.
Yep, just butt ass.
Yeah.
No suit.
And
no
that
need,
whole,
no need for a suit. Yo, her whole high school montage. That was just some shit straight out of Carrie.
Yeah, that was some bullshit, bro.
Especially like that.
Hey, Reddit.
That one. No, especially like the one asshole kid who like pretended to be nice to her, like the guy from the jock guy from Carrie. And only to have that, to set up that whole thing with the frog in her locker. Yo.
Yeah, but other than but in the Carrie comparison, dude was actually a genuine dude. But at this, he was a complete mess.
Yep. But also, like, hers, I think, is the most sad. Like, because, especially because, you know, she runs away from home, you know, tries to lessen the burden for her dad. But then her dad hears the news about this, like, mysterious creature in Star City. Which, she lives in Star City, that's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ollie.
Yep.
But, so then he goes and tries to find her, and, man, she has to see her dad die in front of her while she's choking on air, and then, like, again, the sound design for this was just so good. Just the fact that they toss her into the tank, and because she's in water, her screams are muffled. So it's just my god.
Yeah.
But but also my question is, right? How the fuck did how did she end up in Bell Rev?
Yeah.
Like Weasel makes sense because it really did look like he killed those kids. We know he did, but it really did look like it, so it makes sense.
Sick kids.
Yeah, so that makes sense. How the fuck did she get in Bell Rev? Is it just because she's a monster person?
Yeah, I think that's the case. I think that's the case.
Because she's clearly never killed anybody before.
Yeah. I think she's just a weird freak thing that they decided, you know what, throw her in Bell Rev.
Because she was a weirdo freak? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Is it weird that I feel like she would have been better off if she lived in Gotham? Because she would have at least just been thrown in Arkham.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jay. I think that
Arkham is a fucked up place, but I'd rather be in Arkham than in Bell Rev.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Not just Bell Rev, but the below secret Bell Rev.
Cause Arkham, cause Arkham at the very least, actually does customize the cells to make sure the powered individuals are taken care of. Like Mr. Freeze's cell is always at the super cold temperatures.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. So she would have been better off. Man, she shouldn't have been living in Star City. Go a couple towns over. Go to Jersey.
Yep. Just go to Jersey, which
I still get such a kick out of the fact that Gotham is in New Jersey. Which also means Metropolis is New York. I find kind of funny. But anyway.
And the other thing with Nina was it was even that even in this low Bell Rev place where she's surrounded by freaks she still gets bullied.
She's still because she's as the bride said, she's the biggest freak of them all. And then right when and the only reason she does this murder is because she finally has friends and those friends believe in her. Or at least the bride believed in her. Phosphorus was faking it, but oh man, my goodness, I loved. Let's just go ahead and transition into the bride now. Or no, Phosphorus is next. Yeah, we haven't talked about Phosphorus yet.
And then there's one other person that we have to talk about before.
Wait, who's after Phosphorus? Okay, so we covered Nina. Oh, G.I. Yeah, right, G.I.
Yeah.
I almost completely forgot about my guy, G.I. Robot. Let's talk about G.I. Robot first before we talk about Phosphorus, because G.I. is pretty simple. I really liked him. He's a one-note joke, but that joke was pretty fucking funny.
With I'd like to kill Nazis with you, friend.
Yeah, which is gonna be sad. He can't kill Nazis with Friend Nina anymore. But he at least got to that one time. And the moment where he quote unquote died was kind of sad too. The cheers for the.
Yeah, but that whole guy, his whole thing is tragic because he was built for one thing.
Yeah, and now the war is over, he just has no he's listless, he has no purpose, and he's gained enough sentience to know that that is his purpose in life. And now what do you do when you have no purpose? And he also lost all his friends with Sergeant Rock and Easy Company.
Be with my boy.
Yep.
Which, by the way, there is talks about them doing a Sergeant Rock movie.
Nice.
And from what I hear, they're hoping to get Daniel Craig.
Oh, that would be awesome. They gotta get Alan Tudyk for G.I. Robot. G.I. Robot better show up in that. You know what I realized?
Oh, yeah.
G.I. Robot is just a more fucked up version of Jim Hammond's Human Torch.
Oh, yeah. Indeed.
Because he's also a robot that killed Nazis.
Yeah. Which, by the way, speaking of also metal people, the creator of the Metal Men
Oh,
makes a cameo.
Yeah, Dr. Will Magnus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magnus. When I first saw him, I was like, Magnus, what the fuck you doing
I
here?
was like, huh? The Metal Man? That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because at that time,
G.I. Robot was the most advanced robot, at the time.
And we did find out that he did give G.I. those upgrades.
Yep.
That he talked about.
yeah.
Yep.
Because that whole, drone flying...
Yep,
torso
the spinning machine gun, that was wild.
And then, had the most, political moment of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he...
I still like how they handled it.
Yep,
Absolutely.
I thought that was great. The fact that he was bought by an actual factual neo-Nazi.
Yep. But, and also, when he went to the meeting, he didn't just shoot right away. He
was
attacked.
waiting.
He confirmed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have, talked about the moment where he's like, oh boy, before he kills it. And I think part of that...
He felt sad
because-
about it, because he started to develop a bond with that guy. It's kind of similar to Eric's situation, but you actually feel bad for G.I. Robot.
Yep.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, the guy that took him in, Michael Rooker.
Oh, huh.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy.
And then he kills all these neo-Nazis, and what does he get in response?
Arrested.
Yeah.
Murder charge. Can you really charge
Yep.
a robot with murder? I'm glad they brought that up.
Yeah. Oh, also, by the way, speaking of location cameo, the neo-Nazis base was in Hub City.
Oh shit, with the questions territory.
Yup.
Yeah.
Where you at, Vic?
So, we know that Vic's there. It's like, damn, Vic, you didn't stop those neo-Nazis.
You had a whole ass lodge of neo-Nazis, Vic? What a terrible detective.
Bro, what?
Maybe he's out there getting drinks with Ollie.
Maybe.
Maybe he wasn't around quite yet.
Yeah, maybe he's not active at this point. But we know who was active at the point of a flashback. We got to see the Batman.
Yeah.
That's for our next person.
Yeah, that's what I was transitioning into. I was confused about that because I thought Dr. Phosphorus was a Superman bad guy.
No. Batman villain.
Huh, for some reason I thought
Yep.
I know what it is. He reminded me of Atomic Skull, who is a Superman bad guy.
Yeah, people have talked about that, like Atomic Skull, Dr. Phosphorus, and Blight from Batman Beyond.
Yep.
All have similar looks.
Blight and Dr. Phosphorus look very, very similar.
It's like a more modern at the time Dr. Phosphorus.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
because Dr. Phosphorus was first.
Yep. Blight. It was just a modern incarnation of Dr. Phosphorus in a way. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, it was cool. So we actually get to see what, at least Gunn's vision of a DC universe Batman looks like.
And on top of that, the one interesting thing about Phosphorus' backstory is that his wife was a refugee from a war-torn country.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then she and their son get murdered.
Yeah.
And Phosphorus gets framed.
Yep. And it's because he faked the data because he felt guilty about selling nuclear secrets to a fucking warlord kind of regime. And again, DC country shoutouts, Bialia, so Queen Bee's territory.
Yeah, and he started all of this just simply because he wanted to get rid of cancer.
Yeah, right. And that's the it's the road to hell, man. Paved with good intentions.
Yeah, but also we find out who he truly is, like,
Oh yeah,
because
because once he lost his family, he just he just went ham. Also, like blatant Manhattan, like they had the chamber and everything.
And also he didn't have to keep going and take over the crime lord power after he killed him.
Which I thought was wild, because like I didn't think Rupert Thorne was gonna die, because Rupert Thorne is a very important Batman crime boss. Like Thorne was up there with Maroni and Falcone, but I guess we know who took care of fucking Thorne.
Yep, in the Gunverse.
Yep.
Fucking Bob.
Yeah.
Which I love his goons. I love that his goons also had like glow in the dark phosphorus paint on their mask. I think that's cool. It's cool as shit.
Oh yeah, it was. But Phosphorus as a character is something else.
He's fucking hilarious.
That scene where he like takes off his clothes and just lets the tank walk into him.
Yep. And such a master of deadpan delivery.
Oh yeah.
But also you get to see, but the thing that's so interesting about these characters is not just like the crazy over the topness, but like the bits of humanity you get to see in those little moments. Like when he meets that one village girl that reminds him of his daughter.
His son.
Or his son, yeah. And like the parents come in and obviously they're freaked the fuck out. Oh no, we were just pretending to fly. Would you folks happen to know which way the castle is?
Points.
That was great.
Thank you.
Also, we do find out though that when we see him go up against the soldiers and all that, we see like what his true potential is. What that also means though is that earlier in the season, when he was fighting Rick Flag, he was specifically holding back.
Yeah, well, he really was being a bro.
Yeah.
More ways than one.
Yeah.
Give him 30.
Yeah.
That whole thing was so out of pocket.
It's like, come on, he's old. All he needs is 30 seconds. All he needs is at least 30 seconds.
Yeah, bro out here saying, just roasting, man. It was a whole...
Oh, man. But
and then he kills that one guy, and he's like, damn, I like the Lexi.
That guy. I like the Lexi, too, to be honest.
Yeah, same. What's that? It is what you say a joke, like Jamie Kennedy.
No, I know speak English. Ah, it's so good.
You did the wrong bow. We must kill you now.
But yeah, overall, good shit. The basic plot was pretty simple.
The bride?
Oh yeah, the bride. Which, well, again, I guess we'll go into the main plot. So
yeah,
they are tasked with protecting this princess. But it turns out that they were wrong, and this princess was out to fuck the whole world up. So they gotta correct their whole mistake. And I like the bride's arc. This is her kind of turned into a leader arc. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
She realized that there is still hope for monsters in the world, and that she still has that bit of humanity in her. But who is she kidding? She also knows how to fuck shit up. So, if that's what she's gonna do, what else is she gonna do?
Which also, I like that at the end, when she was like, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm not gonna kill you because it's the right dude, or because you're a maniacal bitch.
Or to save the world, or blah, 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 blah. I'm killing you because you killed the only friend I ever had.
Yep. And then, bam! And
I like it. I like that it was solved simply. Like, there wasn't no secret agenda, no, like, no cliffhanger besides we're gonna get a new team next season.
Which, by the way, that new team, something else.
Is that Nocturne? That's the Bat Lady? Is that Nocturne? I
thought that was She-Bat.
Is that She-Bat? I wasn't
sure. Man-Bat's wife.
Man-Bat's wife was never turned into a Bat Lady.
I think that's Nocturne.
Okay, that was Nocturne.
Catherine Langford, yeah. Francine Langford, sorry.
I was like, Catherine Langford's an actress.
It was her husband, yeah. Kurt Langford's wife. She became She-Bat in the comics.
Oh, I don't remember that. I didn't know there was a She-Bat. I thought that was just another version of Nocturna.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Nocturna was more of a vampire. This lady was more bat-like.
Yeah, but also, different interpretation.
Maybe, but who knows? We'll see next season.
Or it could be a completely different vampire character.
Yeah,
who the heck?
Yeah, I would say, or it could just be a whole new different vampire lady.
But we got Nanawe.
Which I'm excited for. Who doesn't love King Shark? King Shark is great in everything.
Yep. Raises
Shark.
his hand.
He was the best
What
part
the-
of Suicide Squad
And-
Isekai.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, motherfuckers.
Yup. And GI Robot is back in a more swole body.
Yeah, new build. Love to see it. We know that he'll never die because all they gotta do is rebuild him. So he'll probably be the boomer of that team.
Oh yeah.
The Bride is also pretty much immortal too, because she just has to be stitched back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Which I wonder if in season 2 they're gonna give her extra arms, or if they're just gonna keep it like this.
Who knows? I honestly hope that like we go into like more of her like electrokinesis type thing.
Mm-hmm.
True, but also she doesn't need it because she's
No.
a badass.
Yeah, she kicked so much ass.
Like that fight alone with her and Cersei.
Oh yeah.
And then the crosswind fight.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. I saw somebody point this out, but this fighting was kind of like reminiscent of Invincible.
Yeah, definitely has that kind of vibe. Especially with all like the hyper violence and all the blood. Like
Mm-hmm.
that fight in that cat house was definitely very Invincible like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with those meta-human John.
Yep. I was trying to figure out if they were actual characters too.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're the Krager brothers.
Ah.
Basically, they're electric-based metahumans who are poor representation of the Irish people.
Damn. That's rough for you, buddy.
Well, were.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're technically dead in
In this
Pretty-
universe, but yeah.
in comics. Basically, drunken assholes.
Damn, that's rough.
Well,
But
Irish myself. Well, Irish descendant. So.
but yeah. So like. I'm interested to see where it goes from here. I just need them to get rid of Eric. We need to do something.
Or
Which that's one of the things. Eric's different than his comic book counterpart.
I would say his comic book counterpart isn't Eric Frankenstein. He's just Frankenstein.
yeah, they need
he
to turn horny off.
He is Eric. I believe his name is Eric
Is
Frankenstein.
his name Eric
the comic.
Frankenstein in the comics? I just thought people just called him Frank
But-
all the time.
But in the comics, he's more of just like DC's Hellboy.
I would say he's just Hellboy. He was never simping over anybody. I mean, or at least he never simped that hard. He was just Hellboy in the DC universe.
Yeah.
He had his own organization. He had his own BPRD and everything with Shade.
Mm-hmm.
With Shade and little girl Uncle Sam.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, Father Time be doing weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fucking in the New 52, or was it in like some other run in Shade?
No, it was New 52, where Uncle Sam was a little girl. She's the embodiment of freedom.
It's specifically a Japanese schoolgirl.
Yep.
In a dumb.
In a domino mask, which is so fucking silly. But comics are great.
But yeah, you were right. Eric is strictly this show.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought so. I was like, his name wasn't Eric in the comics. I was like, he was just Frankenstein. He was just Frankenstein's monster.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I remember
But,
reading that book. It was good. He was awesome. Also,
He was.
I hope we'll also get to see other obscure characters. You know who I'd love to see? Who I'd love to see in the future?
Who?
I want to see Andrew Bennett and fucking Bloody Mary.
Oh hell yes!
I loved
Andrew-
iVampire. Like,
Oh yeah.
people, everybody talks about iZombie because it became a popular TV show, and iZombie is great, mind you. But nobody talks
iVampire-
about iVampire, and iVampire was amazing.
Mm-hmm. The New
Yeah.
52 is actually a really good run.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Listen, the New 52 had a lot of fuck ups, but the one place they never fucked up in the New 52 was anything in the horror sector.
Yeah. Fucking Animal Man.
Swamp
Thing.
Thing, fucking Frankenstein, fucking Justice League Dark.
Anything school related, it was fucking fire.
Goated. New 52 was a golden era for fucking DC Supernatural.
Yeah.
Demon Knight was amazing.
Oh, Demon
I'm still-
Knights was so cool. Demon Knights was so cool.
Oh,
they
yeah.
added some really cool lore to Demon Knights.
Mm-hmm.
They actually made Vandal Savage a compelling character.
Yeah, because he was like this Volstagg barbarian dude.
He's another character I'd love to see in Creature Commandos, given his
Yeah,
long
totally.
storied history, and the fact that he can't die.
Yeah. Although, is he creature enough for the creature command?
Yes,
Not going enough for the Creature Commandos.
he's definitely creature enough for the Creature Commandos, because, like, he's a fucking caveman. Immortal Caveman.
But yeah,
Yeah. Vince.
I will
Doodle.
say that like some of the people that we saw in the background, I'd like to see maybe get
Yeah.
bigger roles. Like, wasn't Chemo in the background at one point?
Pretty sure.
I know also the slept on Doom Patrol villain.
Animal Mineral Plant Man or some
Oh,
shit.
animal, mineral, vegetable, plant man.
Yeah, he was in the background at one point.
Yep. Which, like, I think he would be good for like a Metamorpho type thing. I feel like that feels like a good matchup.
Also, I know that now Clayface is dead.
Damn, that sucks. Well, there are at least two. There are at least three more. So
Yeah, so maybe one of them shows up.
which one do you think they killed? Do you think they killed Basil Carlisle?
I don't think they Carlo. They wouldn't have killed Carlo that
You
easily.
think that was Matt Hagen? Maybe it was Matt Hagen.
Maybe.
Honest, let's think of it like this. Out of the three, who has the worst luck?
Technically, Lady Clayface, I feel like, has the worst luck.
And Clayface was voiced by Alan Tudyk, so it's not Lady Clayface.
Yeah,
It was Hagen.
it's probably Matt Hagen. He's the only other one that is known. I don't remember the one in between.
Well, we also have, even though it's a different canon, the Batman's first Clayface.
Oh yeah, Ethan Bennett. He was. That was a really good use of Clayface. But anyways, back on track. Final thoughts and rating. So I'll start. I give it an 8. Solid 8.
No.
Good shit. Nothing too deep. But still very fun, very entertaining. Great way to kick off Gunn's DC universe. Really enjoyed it. Good time. No alcohol required. Sorry. My name is Jeremy, but I'm not that Jeremy. But moving on. Brian.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, yeah, I overall really liked it. But like you said, there's nothing that it was really well done. But there's nothing in it that
there's no wow factor to bring it to 9, right?
Yeah,
all the characters are great and compelling, but nothing I haven't seen before, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I am happy with what we got, and this gives me hope for the James Gunn universe, and I'm interested to see where all these characters go. But yeah, I think the more that I think about it, the more that I solidify. Yeah, I'm 8 too.
All right.
We have a clean sweep, gents. It's an 8 for me as well.
Okay, first official score of the new year is a 3-way tie. You love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, folks, we end this episode with this 3-way tie. But now, Brian, why don't you tell the folks at home what DC-related show we will be covering next week? It is a very special one to this podcast in particular, as we alluded to earlier.
Well, it's kind of funny because we're kind of doing this in reverse. We covered first the start of a new era, but we're now taking a step back and covering the end of the last era. And we are covering the fourth and final season of Superman and Lois.
And I gotta say, it's the end of a 20-year era.
Mm-hmm.
Because the CW DC TV era started with Smallville in 2001. Let that sink in, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like really good poetic justice, too. That the world started with a Superman show and ends on a Superman show.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to talk about it, because it'll also give us an excuse to kind of talk about DC TV as a whole, kind of the end of that era, talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the real ugly. I'm looking at you, Gotham Knights, or was it Gotham Knights? What was that shit called with the Batman's not son?
It was Gotham Knights.
Okay.
But yeah, for those that don't know, the reason why Jay said that it's very special to our show is because it is the show that jump-started this iteration of Channel Chaser.
Yeah, because we had stopped recording the podcast after my original channel got deleted, and also I just felt really burnt out from watching TV. Because if you guys, YouTube people, audio people might not get this because some of y'all might be new, but the YouTube people, y'all know, if you followed my shit, that I was prolific in that fucking Arrowverse time frame. I was putting out content like a motherfucker.
And what we haven't really discussed too often was there was a time where you were covering all those shows and doing all those videos, but on top of that, you were watching a whole other show to record a podcast about. On top of all of that.
Yep. Yeah. No, it was a whole thing. And so like, but when I finally sat down and watched that first season of Superman and Lois, like, you know, when it first came to like Max, I was like, yo, I need to talk about this. I need to talk about this. Brian, we gotta sit down and record. We gotta bring the podcast back in. I want to talk about this show. And you know, now we're back and better than ever with a dynamic entry to this and transformation from duo to trio. Like, yeah, and you know, shoot, Tony may be late to the party, but we got him on the Superman and Lois train. Because he was there when we he was there when we covered the second season, I believe. Or was it the third? No, it was the third season. It was the third season. Yeah,
it was the third.
Or the third season, because the one we're about to watch is the fourth. Yeah. You were there when we covered the third season, because I remember, because we were all so pissed at
baby Voldemort.
At Jordan that we did not we refused to call him by his name.
Yeah.
Oh God. I hope he goes out better. I really do.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see how the show ends. I'm excited to talk about it. And then after that, we'll be talking about Exo Kitty. So yay! We got one hell of a month for y'all. So look forward to that. Until next time, though, we'll catch you later. Peace.